I cannot with you. Not howdy. Of all things, howdy.
Good evening, everyone. I try to put a smile on my friend's face. That's a good evening, everyone. We are Diversity and Equity in Education. I am Denise, and to my left is
April, how are you all? How are you all? It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. But we're back.
we are back exactly, and we are being very faithful to our schedule. And so I'm very proud of us because we've reached the month of November already. Can you believe it? What we did a wonderful, wonderful job. And just want to start off by always asking that no wonderful question. April, how's it been these past couple of weeks for you? This within the month of November. Talk to me.
Look, we just got in November and it's already about gone. That's
Yeah.
the interesting part. It seemed like we crept into November,
Mm-hmm.
but it took off so fast. I don't even remember where half of the month has already gone. But one thing about it, and two things for sure. After this week, we got a break.
Yes.
My God, we need that break.
Hold up, hold up.
We
Praise him.
need that break. We need that
I know.
break.
Yes.
Listen, I just realized, I remember back in the days when we first got in school in August, we had like 4 or 5 days that was off. And parents was like, why y'all off? What y'all off for now?
Yes.
Now we are looking for the days off.
Correct.
Looking. We've
Correct.
only had 2 days off since the beginning of the school year.
Correct.
That's a stretch. That's a big stretch. So I know teachers are ready to crash and burn when it comes to next week. And I am excited and here for it.
Yes, and I agree because you're looking at the fact that also praise God, when we're so grateful to God that there was no hurricanes that came by that caused us to lose additional days. So we have been going. This will be the first year I think in maybe 2 years where we've had a full stretch of just no days off other than the scheduled days off. We haven't had to have hurricane makeup days or anything like that. So we are just going, going, going. So
That's a praise dance within
yes, it
itself.
is.
Glory!
Thank you. And then I tell you, who you better yes,
Next it up.
yes, yes. Okay,
My God, I thank you. Because,
because
oh,
Lord, let me tell you, insurance, the rising cost of construction materials, the putting in installing sheds and all. I'm not sheds. We call it those
shutter
companies,
windows,
those shutter.
hurricane doors,
Look, Lord,
you name it.
this economy. I mean, so Lord, you truly, when I say blessed us this year, but again, and then on the other side of that is just, yes, we've had the days. I feel like, we've used the instructional time well because the kids didn't lose days. So we have been pumping that information into them over and over again, which is in preparation for what's going to come up. Well, we're going to talk about that a little later. So I know, again, this month has been flying by. So we are now, let you know, parents, we are, this is the last full week of school prior to our Thanksgiving break. So we will have that Thanksgiving break from the 24th to the 28th. So let's talk a little bit about just what we've been seeing happening in the news and happening all around within the schools, dealing with our youth, and in particular, like their discipline and also their accountability. So tell me, let's start off with some of these. What you feel, April? Go ahead.
So I just wanted to make sure that most understand when we're speaking from here on diversity and equity in education, in most cases we are looking at things that impact Florida or incidents in Florida. In some cases we will venture out and look at other areas, but for the most part it's Florida, Florida, Florida. And I don't know if most have not been paying attention, but Volusia County has been arresting children under the age of 13 left and right. They are really taking it seriously when it comes to any type of social media platform threats as it relates to bringing bodily harm to peers and just threats in general. They're not waiting for the action to take place, which there is some pros and cons to that. But I will say, on the proactive side of it, we got to do something before the children actually take the initiative to move forward with what they are obviously thinking about doing. Now we do know that children will make mistakes and do silly things. However, it's very important for them to understand the accountability piece to it. Yes, we don't know what happens on the opposite side of the charges that's brought against them them being handcuffed and walked into the facilities, and they're blatantly showing the children's faces. They're not blurring them out or anything. And it's unfortunate that to feel this way, but it might make the biggest change or the shift in their lives that they need before they do something just realistically just stupid. What's your thoughts, Denise?
Yeah, and that is that's the weight right there that I have, because it's like, wait a minute, it's a minor, and we have been historically known not to show minors' faces or even post the minor's name, but because of how heinous the particular allegation is, we're seeing that, look, we're gonna give them all a straight up perp walk straight through, and to me
What it's called?
perp walk, okay? And to me, to me, it's like this also should be a wake up call for the parents, because
Yes,
okay,
yes.
parent, how is it that your child, you're not in your child business enough that you don't know that they are creating kill lists, they are gathering up weaponry, they have been having these communications on social media with people, of all the people that they hate, they listing out all the teachers. I mean, how, we recently had a club, and we talked about it with the kids, and it's always shocking to me when you ask them the same question, and the question is, do your parents have access to your social media accounts, or do your parents have the code to unlock your phone? And 9 times out of 10, those kids will tell you no, absolutely not. My
No,
parents
absolutely
my
not.
parents don't. You mean to tell me your child on a phone that you pay for, and they don't have the code to unlock your phone? They don't have access to your social media. You block your parents on social media? Well, what? So again, when the now the now, not administration, but what am I trying to say? Now, when the authorities handle your child, you should not be out there screaming and hollering, well, no, he's just a child. Well, you weren't treating them like a child. You are allowing them to do craziness that lead them to get adult consequences. Okay. And it's just like the other day, the thing that you posted on the other day, or reposted rather, with the woman. There was a 3 young men, and those 3 young men they were armed, and they were going to rob and unfortunately it was a military veteran, a guy who had Marine experience, and also of course he had weapons training, and he killed him. And
All of
here's, I mean, he just pop pop pop, and it was done. He would, with military accuracy. And here it is. The parent is saying, well, and it was the wording for me that really got me. They were just going to rob him. He didn't have to kill him.
kill them.
Hold
And I was saying to myself,
what?
wait. That could have resulted in him losing his life.
Right.
So are you saying that their lives was more? I just can't even wrap my head around I understand the loss and the pain that she may feel, but in that same sense, like how do you say that?
Right.
How do you say that
Because
you
she was.
came to your child and 2 other children? Keywords: your child and 2 other children
Mhm,
entered someone else's private space, their yard. Let's start there.
mhm.
Then they made the conscious decision to carry firearms and then proceeded to home invade. Let's start there.
Home
They didn't
invasion.
get to the robbery part. We'll just say home invade. But
Mhm,
again, they had weapons. So yes, that man had all rights to protect himself and the family. Because
mhm.
if they weren't coming there to sell the guns or do gun exchanges, yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah.
And remember, and then, oh, but the key was two. She lost both 2 children. Out of the 3 of them, 2 of them were her sons. So she
Oh
lost
wow, I
both
didn't
of
know
them.
that.
She lost both of them. So my thing is going back to parenting now. You didn't raise not 1 but 2 children who thought it was okay to commit this type of crime. Then on top of that, let's go back to the elderly gentleman. One, he's elderly. Two, you got to always be aware of the fact that you don't know who you're running up on. Be very, because older people, all right, they're not gonna run, they're gonna shoot. I'm gonna just tell you, as an older person myself. Also, you never know who has gun training, who has a military background. You just don't know who might be a police officer. You don't know who you encountering. Nowadays, people are going to protect themselves, especially the way the world is right now. So the last thing you want to do is something like that. So again, we are seeing cases upon cases where kids, because let's just say America has the highest number of school shootings. All right, other countries see it and they make proactive laws to stop this from happening. America see the killing and they just say thoughts and prayers. This is the reason why we take, now you're going to see people taking these every possible threat seriously, because people are sick and tired. Every time you turn on news, another school shooting, another school shooting, another school. So if you make a threat, best believe these people are going to take this threat seriously, because you're endangering everyone in that area. When I talk to my students, it's like if you see something or hear something, go ahead and run straight to the authority and tell them, because you're protecting not only you protecting me, you protect every last one of us in these classrooms. People are tired of this. So please let your children know that it's no fun and games. This is not fun. It's not a game. And as you see, people gonna take those matters into their own hand. That's what they're gonna do. What you got?
And I know a lot of times we associate guns, the reasoning, I guess you could say, behind the hypersensitivity as it relates to guns when it comes to schools. No, the key thing that we're missing, I think, a lot of times is just our youth having access to so many firearms in general. Forget the
Yeah.
part about the schools.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they have access. Like the average could tell you to where go to get a gun at when you want it.
Right. Right.
The average. And that means from the quietest to the loudest. The average could tell
Mm-hmm.
you who, what, when, why to get it from, and how much. And it won't mean filling out no forms, walking in there, getting no IDs,
Right.
won't mean no tracking. They have access. And that's where we are currently in this era. And our generation, the younger ones, that their frontal lobes currently isn't even fully developed, they
Correct.
have access. The question is, how do we address this issue? How do
Mm-hmm.
we address it?
Mm-hmm.
Because as of right now, it's just running rampant.
Mm-hmm. It's the same. No, this is what I want you all to think about. The same way kids have easy access to like vape pens. Okay, remember every
Oh,
child can tell you
yes.
where they can get a vape pen, and they don't need no ID or nothing like that. And the same way they can have access to, let's just pick something random like video games, something like that. But they can get access to these things. Just yeah, you're right when it comes to the guns. They know where everything is. They may not tell you, but they talk amongst themselves. They talk to their peers, and all the kids know. Even just like you said, even the quiet ones, they know which kids to stay away from, because they know which
Right,
kids
right,
have
right.
access to that. And then you think about how I'm always concerned about how things are transported. So for example, that child may have a weapon and bring it onto a bus. Now you got a bus full of kids, and we don't know what's going to happen, and then it could be transported
Happens
from the
all the
bus
time.
up to school. So you have to understand, it's easy. That's why you have to stay, and I'm gonna go back to this point, in your child business. I don't care if this time of saying we're gonna be friends with my child. I don't know. Yeah, we just raised different, because the only time I actually became a close friend with my mom is probably around 40, because until then, like when I had to start getting her medicine and doing stuff for her, that's when we got close. But I'm her child. I am her child. She treated me like a child all the way up until get out my house. Now you can, if you got your own key to your own house, okay, maybe we'll talk. But your children are your children. Stop accepting the fact that they, just because they're tall as you are, that they grown. They're not. They are not. They are still children. And according to the law out there currently, until they 18, technically you ain't grown, because your still frontal lobe still need to be developed. But even at certain ages, even 18, you still gotta be 18 to join the military. You still gotta be 21 to buy alcohol. You still gotta be, what is it, 21 still for firearms. You still got to be old enough to do these different things. So again, these are children. Get in your child business expeditiously. Get in your child's business.
So as you all can see, there have been several links for the actual
Mhm.
the conversation that we're talking about right now, with the 15-year-old making threats on the school laptop, was what Denise called Pert walked in. The
Mhm.
11-year-old that made threats on TikTok, all Volusia County, Pert walked in. The
Mhm.
11-year-old arrested for making a hit list. That was, I believe, also yeah, it was all of these were Volusia County.
Mhm.
Sixth grader make threats on Snap. Listen, Volusia County say no, play around and find out. Y'all add the other word, play around and find
Mhm.
out.
Mhm.
And then like a couple of months ago, in Hillsborough County, you had the two brothers where they were caught with the $34,000.
Yeah.
I can't see you anymore. I don't know why.
Oh no,
Can you see me?
I can see you. Hmm.
Oh, it's not on my screen anymore. They got caught with the $34,000, and the amount of firearms that was laid out was insane. And they currently were enrolled in a Hillsborough County Public School, but it was an alternative school. Now, just process that.
Hmm.
Process that. We don't mean two, three, four, five art firearms. They had a whole spread. Process that. Process it.
Hmm. And a lot of times people, not people, adults will give firearms to youth because they figure youth are going to get a lesser charge. Okay. And so a lot of the kids, and they'll groom them and tell them, okay, if they find it on you, it's going to be lesser than they find it on me. But still, it is still a weapon. That's the whole point. It's still a weapon, and the laws are clear regarding possession of weapons, especially illegal weapons. So please really pay attention to what your children are doing. I mean, it's it's going to always lead to in a direction that's just not going to be positive. And now the way our society is set up right now, the last place you want your child to be in is in prison, because they're not letting people out. Okay, this not where you want your child to be, because
Mhm.
everything now is, again, where are the illegal, as they saw, the illegal immigrants to do the farming. That coming from prison. Where are the people who do the road work and stuff like that? They're gonna pull them right out of the prison. It's all about the prison.
Free
That's,
labor.
that's where you get your free labor from. So the last thing you want is for your child to end up in the system, because your child could be out there doing slave work. I can't say it no other way. I can't say
Yeah,
it any other
I
way.
agree.
Okay.
Let's also segue into how we have been seeing in the media locally so many of our professionals, the adults in the space, engaging in illegal activity when it comes to our scholars or our youth. Listen, parents, that's why we always say it's so good to get into their business, and that include having those conversations, and making sure that that relationship is airtight, to be able to say, so they can come share with you if something is going on that doesn't make sense to them when an adult is doing something inappropriate, not only to them, they may just have knowledge of it to where they could come to you and talk about it. Because the amount of cases that have come across in the last year, this year has been insane. It's been insane. And I'm always baffled by it, because I'm like, why?
Right.
What could you have in common with a child? And number two, what benefit do you get out of showing a child sexually explicit videos? I don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me.
I think also a lot of those people are not mature. Like they got to a point in their life where they too are stuck mentally as a teenager, or as a young person. Like they can't. So how is it that you're not able to differentiate? And you're employed. This is a job. These are children, but yet you still want to be down on that level with the children. So that's why you can't work with children. If you feel you cannot handle something like that, you should never work with children, because now you put
No, they
yourself.
target children. They target that population because they're pedophiles. They're sick. That's
Mm,
what that is. And
mm,
they know in their minds they should not be in those spaces, but that desire, that disease of it all
mm,
makes them want to seek them out, as if they are, what's the word? I lost my train of thought. It's like they are looking for them, hunting them,
they're
like
drawn to it. Hmm.
positioning themselves in a place to where I'm going to be around them all day, every day. I can have access to my phone and media to where I can sneakily record them. I can like their infatuation becomes so much to where
Mm,
they have to show them the things that basically want to meet that need that they have, which is inappropriate when it comes to children.
right.
So
They
it's
can't restrain
insanity.
themselves. They can't
It's
restrain
definitely
themselves.
a mental illness
Yes.
on something else. Yes.
Yes. It definitely is. Because yeah, you know what? That could be the only reason. Because I was like, how are you trying to do now? Can you still see me? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right.
Yes.
I just got a message. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay. So now, but you're absolutely right. Let's that segue into all kind of stuff talking about thing. And I think I posted something. Maybe I didn't post, but I think I posted something also earlier about that.
Yeah, Denise,
How
Bianca listed them in the chat. Hillsborough County substitute teacher arrested, accused of showing student sexual content. A former
mm,
Hillsborough County employee facing over 200 charges
hmm,
of child and animal abuse. Child
and
and
animal,
animal abuse.
that's bestiality. Mm, mm, mm.
I wonder if that was the one that was at Chamberlain High School. I'm not sure, but I just know
Well,
this.
it was a photo, I think.
That's photo. All
Mm,
I know is this.
mm.
Why?
Right, right.
Why? You got too
Listen,
many adults willing to give you whatever you want.
right, right.
Giving it away.
And in this
Here
era
you
of
go. You get one, you get one, you get one. But you're gonna look for a child.
And in this era where people like these comedians have been going crazy. They talk about everything what people are desperate for right now. You could just go and ask somebody. Somebody gonna let you slide or something. Come on. Anyhow, anyhow, let's talk about some community resources. Okay, listen. Okay, bring it to a serious point. All right, we know what's been going on with the government. Okay, I got to give a shout out to the states who actually have decided to jump into their contingency fund and decided to fund the SNAP benefits within their particular state because they know they had the money right there. The money is there. Department of Agriculture got it. Everybody got the money, but we know not governor. You know that the government overall, watching all from Washington D.C. is playing with people's lives and playing with their money. They come up with all these stipulations again. Now they're shrinking it down to like, oh well, maybe we can only give it to you if you only got one kid, or here's the other one. Now we should start drug testing everybody for their SNAP benefit. I mean, just the craziest stuff that because they refused to release the money. I personally feel the money went to Argentina, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. Okay, but anyway, because that's the same amount. The 40 billion is the same amount, but that's me and my conspiracy theories. Again, when it comes to right, lean in. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But what I will say is I think we've done an excellent job in terms of community. I've seen some of the people out here just giving from the depth of their heart, right? And going against these AI generated videos and who was saying that the whole country will fall apart, we all will start rioting. Don't listen to none of that nonsense. People have heart that when it comes to it, we, especially us people of color, have always been community driven. We've always been a community type people. We always been a village of people, and we will provide. We're out here. If you go out there, you will see people provide. Now, granted, that could we provide more? Absolutely. Could you? Like, let's run back to the girl. Like, you know that girl who's now all over TikTok doing the one who has been calling the churches. Okay,
That broke my heart. That
it
really
did.
broke my heart. I was
It
like,
did.
here is a case study.
Yep,
Imagine if it was real. Oh, wait a minute. It is real.
it's real.
That's
Right.
our current climate right now. And churches, if you were not a member, if you were not
Yeah, every
affiliated
season under the
prior
sun.
to, the answer was
No,
absolutely not.
there was one
Absolutely not.
where she said one was about membership.
Absolutely not.
One was about they were quick to get off the phone. They were quick to we can refer you to this source and this source. But your church building is beautiful. It is $1 million building, and you've got the pastor driving a Porsche, and this is I mean if you are a tax free entity. That means you don't pay taxes on nothing. You receive, and you can't get. They said the one she called was actually a Muslim mosque, and then she called one where the church secretary wanted to give something. Even if the church didn't give, the secretary said. One guy said he was going to leave and meet her wherever she was and just bring it to her. But of course, she was doing a social experiment. But I mean, just the fact that this should shame a lot of these people. And I hope she make a post with all the churches listed because
He
here
did.
you are, oh God, good. Here you are taking in all this money, and if you supposedly follow the principles of Christ. Now, Christ didn't even have, by the way, a church home because he was pastoring all around. He walked around. He never
Walking
had
it
a place
out.
to lay it. He didn't have a place to really truly say this was my home. I lay it, other than where he was born. But other than that, he told his disciples, go out there, and if the people don't receive you, shake the dust from your feet. That's what he told them. He
And
said,
keep it moving.
he just keep it moving. That's how it's supposed to be. There was no such thing as a physical foundational church, because you're supposed to go out there and help the poor, the widow, the needy. Because, and here's the excuse: the poor is supposed to be always with us. I get that, but would they be? Because if all these billionaires coughed up just a percentage of their money, you wouldn't have homeless people. You wouldn't have poor people. So again, back to our community resources. Yes, we're doing a good job, but I'm quite sure we could do a whole lot better, because there's some people who are not hurting at all. They're not.
And I will say that a lot of the larger organizations that have always had the ability to be capable of meeting the needs of the masses of those in the community that are demonstrating this dire need, they've had it.
Mm-hmm.
They've had it. It didn't come from nowhere. They've always had it. So the question becomes, have we been trying to shift the mindset of those that are on these programs to where this could happen at any moment?
Mm-hmm.
My pastor was saying today that this was just the wake up call to say, hey, you need to be figuring out how to never find yourself in this type of situation again, whether that be, make a cupcake at the house, a hustle,
Yep.
go get that additional job, go get that additional education or education in period, so
Mm-hmm.
that next time when the alarm ring, you're prepared. You're prepared, because this isn't over. This is not over at all, by far. Because if there's any truth to, they're saying all the recipients of SNAP benefits have to now reapply. Do
Yeah.
you know what that's going to do to those caseworkers?
Mm.
They're going to quit,
Yep. Yeah.
and that's
Mm-hmm.
going to take weeks,
Yep.
months. How's it prioritized? Who gets what first?
Right. And in the midst of this supposedly reopening of a government shutdown, I mean, how many people have lost their jobs? How many people? So everything's slow. Have you looked at the airports and seen how long it take you to get through TSA? A simple domestic flight, you're gonna be there 3 hours like you're going international. Okay, so and now you want to start again. That's the thing. This the incompetency is just wearing me out. I mean, listen,
I can't watch it no more. Like, I get drained by
listen.
it. I do.
I
Like I
do.
was saying, like most of the time when I'm on social media now, it's to post the videos that I want to post,
Mhm.
and they are schedule all of that. Like, be thinking I'm not on there. It's scheduled. It's out there. I
And you're
can't.
done.
I
And you're
can't.
done.
Because
Yeah.
you'll go down a rabbit hole and be like, what is going on? And
Yeah.
those are things that are beyond my means, because even in my job capacity, I hear the stories. The food pantry has just been weighing. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it sent me almost into like a panic. And I'm like, you can't panic because you didn't create this. And you
Hmm.
surely can't fix it. You could just provide what you can do for these families that are here and move forward. That's all you
Hmm.
could do. But their stories are, it's a lot, and they want to tell their story because they're seeking out help, but
Hmm.
unfortunately there are no helps. There is no help, put it this way,
Hmm.
at the style of community school that we are, outside of what is provided to us by Feeding Tampa Bay. We are not the community school that received the additional supports financially of the 100K. We're not it. We're not
Hmm.
it.
So
So yeah.
even within the school, we hustling. Okay, so and that's the thing to understand. It's like, look, if you can help, go ahead and help, because I mean, there are so many people. But I want to get back to that point that you made where you said, where your pastor mentioned again. Shout out to Pastor Hawk. I really, he's a great guy. Um, being prepared. A lot of for generations, people have sat there on welfare, food stamps, things like that, and because they just thought it was going to last forever. You have to understand, nothing in life is permanent. Okay, yeah, even our state of existence, because we're going to be born and then we're going to die. We ain't going to get something forever. So it's really important to truly now to understand the necessity of having that backup plan, having 2 and 3 and 4 plans. And just like we tell kids, because everybody wants to be either a YouTube star or a football player. Well, guess what? Those things don't necessarily pan out. you got to have a backup plan. You got to have a plan and then another plan and then another plan in case that plan don't work out. So this really is a wake up call, because you're gonna see. And then on top of that, something to pay attention to. Yes, food is expensive, right? But
Ooh,
food quality is also going to change, because you know that a lot of the things that we got from all these different countries, because of tariffs and such, is going to change the quality of the food. So if you are a person that love your junk food, understand those dyes and those colors and all the things that make the food certain way. Right now, Doritos looks like a white. The new Doritos coming out looks like white, like devoid of color. It's still the
and it's
Dorito,
good.
but
We never should have had those dyes in the food
in
anyway.
the
In
first
other
place.
countries, it's not like that.
Correct. And so you're going to start to see changes in how things look, and of course how things taste. So again, learn to go back to basics, because again, if like I think I did a couple weeks ago, I told people, I said, y'all need to learn how to get some potatoes and get you some beans and get some. Start going back to the struggle meals that kept us and allowed us to survive. Because those struggle meals worked out. Like, look, college, I had spam and ramen noodle, and I could dress that up in 15 different ways from Sunday. Okay, but I knew how to survive on some spam and ramen noodle.
I was not
Nowadays,
introduced to ramen noodle until I became when I got out of college. I had never heard of a ramen noodle. I had never seen it, heard of it, or eaten it. Now, spam, tripe, stew
yeah,
beef, Dinty
corn
Moore
beef,
cup, all of that stuff. Yes, I had
yeah,
seen that.
yeah.
But ramen, I had never seen that in my life.
Word.
Never. So that
I
meant
saw
I
the other
had to
day.
be well in my, 20, 21, 22. I had never seen
Mhm.
that.
I saw a lady the other day. She dressed up her ramen noodles. She put the egg in there. She had a couple pieces of meat in there. Talking about, and the person was like, "This ain't no meal." I'm like, "Please, you better put some on my plate." Yeah, it might not be a meal to you, but it's a meal to me. Okay, I'll make it work. So again,
Dude,
just take
a bowl of ramen nowadays will run you $20. What they mean?
quality ramen. Ichiban ramen. What is it? Ichikoro
Tomorrow.
ramen.
Look. Especially in New York, you go to the special spot when you're in the private little booth getting your ramen with what they said with bone broth. Yes,
Yes.
$20+. So don't
What
sleep
was
on a ramen and you be full. You be full to capacity.
what was that ramen place we went to in Chicago? Left. It was 20 degrees, and we were like, "We're gonna get this ramen." 20 degrees in full pajamas. Talking about we getting some ramen.
Yeah, and it was good.
It was
And it
good.
was good.
Ooh.
Look,
Yeah.
walk it. Look,
Y'all in
it was
pajamas?
good though.
Yes, sir. Give me the ramen right now. Throw the
Yes,
egg on top.
and put it in a to-go bowl. So we going, we
Go.
leaving. We're not staying here.
The driver's out front. Hurry. Okay, he
Yeah.
cold too.
Yeah.
That was a good time. I'm not gonna lie. That was a good
Okay,
time.
so don't sleep on a ramen. Don't sleep on a cup to the noodles. Look, and
Correct.
the kids around here get picky about the brand. They don't like Maruchan or Maturin or whatever it's called. They want
Yeah, the
top
cup.
ramen. Yeah, they
Oh,
don't want the
top ramen.
Maruchan. They want top ramen. I'm like, I didn't even
Yes.
know it was a difference until I noticed that the Manchurian was sitting up there long. I'm like, well, y'all got ramen. We don't like those. Wait, what?
I'm like, that's the one that got all the flavor. You got the chicken flavor, pork flavor. I'm like, what?
That's the ones that always on sale. Yes.
Right, right. I
Top
see,
ramen,
but
you ain't gonna get nothing but some chicken and shrimp flavor, and that's it.
we right, listen, family. Let's put the whole Facebook family right there. Listen, we are at the point where we don't have time to be bougie about our ramen. Okay, so some hot water on that, sprinkle a little packet in,
And
you good.
stir it up.
And stir it up, right?
But you get some frozen vegetables and throw in there. Like, they even got to cook extra milk. It'll heat it up and it'll cool it down so you can eat it immediately. Play with
There,
it.
there you go. You got a meal. So we just try to teach y'all literally. Listen, feed them babies. You can feed them, until everything else come through or work it out. Just feed them, but also have that contingency plan. We are not playing around with the contingency plan. Okay, we're gonna jump right into. Let's talk about the end of the quarter. Now, this is a tricky thing, people. Let me show you what it's about. We
Well,
have
you
schools.
know more about it because I've heard like some new things have happened with these PM scores. So break it down to me because when I
I will
start
give it
hearing it in
down.
the meeting, I was like, I
Yeah.
can't take this right now because that means you all have moved the finish
The
line
goalpost
again.
again.
But
Now
go
let's
ahead.
talk about it. So first of all, just let's keep in mind, okay, parents, we have this week of school right now. This week is our last full week of school before Thanksgiving break. We have Thanksgiving break. Okay, after that, when we return, immediately on the 3rd and 4th of December, which is like the Wednesday, Thursday, just that, and then Friday's a makeup day, you jump into the PM2, which is, I would not have done it like that because you could give them a PM after a break. After all, so this week I'm drilling. I would have loved to give them a test the following week because at least we reviewed. But now you give them a week off to have them jump right back into taking a test. And let's break down what this PM2 is because we know we love moving the goalposts on our children. Okay. If your children do not do well on this PM2, basically they're going to reset their scores. So they have to score high enough to where when they take the PM3, they're not dropping them all the way back down where they start over again. If your child is already a 3, you want them to be a 3 on this PM2 because this is like literally the most important. Not the one at the end of the year, this one coming right here. Because imagine if your child dropped to a 1. Now they got to fight their way back all the way up to that 3 for the following year. If they make it on PM3, cool. But all I need you to understand is this is the one that's real important. And this
That's
is
the one that counts now. It's really your PM3 and packaged in the PM2.
Your PM2, correct. And so understand something. All I can tell you is they should be reading. They should be trying to get some kind of makeup work. They need to be working throughout the Thanksgiving break. It shouldn't be sun up to sundown PS5. Because when they walk in the door, they're coming back to a test. They're coming back to the test that matters. It's like, to me, they just literally say, what's the best way to destroy these children? Hey, I know how to do it. Let's let them get a vacation. Let's let them sleep all the way. Let's let them not do, nothing, and then test them as soon as they come back. That's because I hate them. Because, we love our children until we hate them. That's basically what you're saying.
Oh, the hate is so real on the attack on education in general. And for the sake of those that may not still know what PM2 is and live in the state of Florida with school-age children, it stands for Progress Monitoring Testing. Progress Monitoring Testing. We just shorten it by saying PM.
Right.
There are 3 of them: PM1, 2, and 3.
And 3, exactly. And so I get so frustrated because I'm like, it basically. What it does is it makes you, especially as an educator, it makes you feel like you've done nothing. You could come in there and work the hardest you can work. You know your kids got it. You know that they've practiced and all that. And they're going to come back in after a break and take a test. And it's going to reflect on you because it's going to make it look like you did absolutely nothing. Why would you test them after a break?
Because what happens is most cases when the kids come back from a week later, that next week that they return is just basically getting them going back over where it's like starting at the beginning of the school year again, getting them reacclimated to these other classroom expectations, school expectations. It's like a startup. It's like a reset, to be honest. And being that they have testing on that Wednesday and Thursday, not Thursday and Friday, that Wednesday and Thursday, the reset is one day, and then it's practice Tuesday, and then bam, Wednesday, here we go.
Exactly. Because remember, Monday, they don't come to school that Monday. Monday is the day for the teachers to return. And but is that yeah? I think, hold on, wait a minute. Let me go to the calendar. Hold up. In fact, B, if you're there, can you pull up the calendar for us, please, so we can take a look?
Oh my.
Monday the 5th is a non-student day. They jump right back into testing I'm so sorry. No, hold on. No, I made a mistake. I'm thinking about January. I made a mistake.
Okay, because I was like, that is not on my calendar. Okay,
yeah,
that's right.
That's January. My bad.
That does happen for January. Yes. Okay.
So Monday. Please forgive me. Let me restate it again. I made an error. I made a mistake. I'm thinking about January. December, when they come back in, they only have Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday they jump into the PM2. So again, I cannot stress to you how important it is for you all to really keep those engage their brain, cut down on screen time. There's a feature I just found a feature on my phone that actually at the end of the week it tells you how many hours of screen time you've had on your own phone. And I love it because then you can even set your screen time to say, hey, after I reach this many hours in a day, my phone should be off. My phone should be like the I think it turns the monitor down or something. Basically, it forces you like, okay, now I can get a full night's sleep because it's forcing me to get off the phone. Like, hey, stop, get off the phone. Do that to your children's phone. I know your children, of course, hold on. When you get the password. Excuse me. Hold on. Let me, because the heat. Mm. When you can unlock it. When you can unlock it. Correct. All
What's
right.
the password?
Thank you. Cut down to your child's screen time. Cut down the PS1 time. Cut down the TikTok time. All that. And then on top of that, use the, hey, since we talking about purchase stuff out, use Thanksgiving break to purge out not only their phones but also their backpack because we know Febreze is real. Thank you.
Because when I tell you them spray grounds are spraying back. Those spray grounds, when they are being open, is unsealing
Mm.
the I'm sure the mold that's at the bottom of the bags. I was
Because
like, Lord, don't listen, don't take nothing else out the bag. Take it home. I give you a temporary bag, leave that one closed. Listen, just take it to your mom when you get home. Show them, because I can't do it. I can't
a
do it. Don't open another bag.
child,
No.
a
And
child
I put it
decided
in the bag tied, real tight, tied. Something
to try
spilled in it, tied up, tied. Don't take
because
nothing out of that bag. Pick it up at the end of the day.
I'm,
Mm-mm.
I'm, I'm gonna tell you one of the worst combinations to ever spill inside of a backpack is milk and peach juice. Jesus.
The milk alone.
The milk alone gonna kill you dead. It's gonna kill you. But when I tell you milk combined with the liquid syrup from the peach juice, the little peach cut, the child opened the bag and said, I think something. I said, I think it did spill. Let's zip the.
Right, zip it
No,
back. Zip it. Zip
don't
it.
open it no more. Mm-mm, mm-mm,
No further. Please don't. Stop.
mm-mm. So then here that'll lead us to something like this. If you want to feel like volunteering something or donating something to the school, please donate a bunch of backpacks. They don't have to be expensive, but backpacks. We would love backpacks because kids, they it's December's gonna be next month. We're at a halfway point. You really think supplies gonna last all year long? I mean, unless you got a real good quality backpack, but just give, if you can donate some backpacks, we'd love that too. Pencils are always welcome. We always need pencils, okay? But and then speaking of pencil, let me tell you your children something. Your children need to stop breaking brand new pencils apart, pulling off the erasers, and then
I think
taking the
it's a
middle.
trick that they develop in elementary school, because as
What's
soon
that?
as they get the pencils, they rip the erasers out, the whole
Right.
eraser.
I don't understand. Well, I guess they use to throw it at each other. But my thing is, why would you take a brand new pencil and break it?
Yes, take the whole eraser pieces out, and
Yeah.
they chew on them a lot too, which is, I'm like, I didn't see that as much. I would say in the last like I say like 5 years, you didn't see kids a lot of chewing happening on the pencils. They're chewing the metal piece of it, which is weird. I don't know what that's about. I see a lot of
Wait,
kids doing that. And
wait,
also the lead, they bite the lead off the pencils. And I'm
but wait a
like,
minute, wait a minute. Tie that back to that vaping because they need an oral fixation. Think about
I
it.
didn't think
Yes,
about
if you
that.
tie it back to vaping, I can't vape in the classroom, so guess what? I gotta put some of them out, and it's the
My
metallic thing.
goodness. My goodness. That's, yeah.
Think
And
about it.
let's talk about the vaping. It appears
Mhm.
that we have come up with in our district signage about vaping. Did you see it? That's
I
been.
saw it. Mhm. Yeah, it said well,
But
one vape pen is like 10,000 cigarettes or 1,000 cigarettes or
did
something like that.
anyone have a conversation with the children?
Mm-mm.
Do they think they're reading the signs?
None of them ain't reading because I stopped because there was a new sign on the door, but only because I like to read. But every child walked through the door was like, y'all saw the sign on vaping? What sign? Let me see. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
And I'm wondering, because there is such the possibility of there being such an influx of
Yeah.
vaping happening on school campuses.
Mhm.
I mean, if I had to be the smartest person in a room, I would think that that would have contributed to the reason for the signage. But who am I?
Right. Because I mean, first of all, from the last school I was working at, Every school, other people, other teachers I talk to, their kids that look, they sling them in school. They be selling them in the bathrooms and stuff. They just, hey, they kids that know kids, just like the kids who know kids who got guns. They know kids who slinging them vape pens. They know them.
And we're
So
talking middle school. We're not talking high. We're talking middle.
middle school, exactly.
Middle.
Middle school.
Oh, and I applaud goes to Tampa Police Department and other law enforcement agencies that busted all the new age mom and pop stores that think it's okay
Yeah,
to sell our children undercover HTC
correct.
vape cans and so on and so forth. Now
That's
we know it probably, was very short lived. Most of them probably out in the store up and running again on a new name, you know, by them and stuff like that. But the bottom line is kudos to them. But we've been saying it for years.
thank you.
I just think we just needed to shift the narrative and what they said. When I took a class at USF, it was called when they shift the media to something else so that it takes the focus off the I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, well, sometimes they call it a red herring, but I don't know. Maybe that's not it. I'm not sure.
I can't think of it, but long story short, whatever it is happening because
Okay.
we had some hot stories about our good old law enforcement agencies and the leadership and people cheat,
Oh yeah, plenty,
people
plenty.
people cheating, people was
Mhm.
cheating, they
Cheated.
was
Oh, so I can come on the screen. I can come on the
they
screen
was
too.
cheating.
Snatch them up.
And what did they do?
Snatch
Snatch
them up.
them out of jobs.
Snatch them up. Listen. Again. Y'all want teachers. Let me tell you something. Y'all want teachers to be so highly. If I had to print out all of the classes and all the certifications, all the crap I had, you want us to be the most overly qualified, overly trained
Every
people. But yet you have the audacity to want to pick me up and pull me over, and you got to cheat your way through it. Player. I was like, can you read this ticket? That's all I want to know. I mean, come on. Stop it.
But they were able to
Stop
leave coins. Some of them were able to leave with their coins, which is really interesting to me.
it. I
6
can't.
figures, come on now. Like what are we doing?
Yeah, exactly. I can't. I can't. April, what's the Great American Teaching? Just tell us about that before we
The
wrap up.
Great American Teach-In is this upcoming Thursday, November the 20th. If you would like to be a participant at Jennings Middle School, definitely reach out to me. If I'm telling you Jennings Middle School and you want to be a part and you want the information, you can inbox me or you can look up the phone number for Jennings Middle School and call and ask them. It's just that simple. So yeah, do that because there's no need to post the information here. And if serious people will follow up.
Mm-hmm. And
So
I did. Everybody I reached out to, again, she right there on the screen, right there. That girl right there. Again,
yeah, and y'all haven't responded. So then what I don't want to happen is, Wednesday morning of influx of
people show up.
individuals saying, oh, now I got not, and then you have to reschedule,
Figure out what to do.
readjust the scheduling with who's getting the speakers and where they're gonna speak at and blah blah blah. And that's not an easy task for a whole school. So yeah, if come Wednesday, I'm sorry. I will invite you to try again next year. Or thank
Mhm.
you, but no thank you. Because it's a lot to keep revisiting things, especially when we're preparing for our families that we're providing them with Thanksgiving holiday boxes. All of that's happening this week. And then we're also preparing snack bags for our kids that's leaving for a certain population of them. So it's a lot of moving parts. And yeah, last minute, 11:59, we can't do it.
Yeah, we
So
can't do
please,
it.
ma'am and sirs, please make the attempt to get it done Monday or Tuesday.
That's correct.
Please, I beg of you. Which also leads to if they want to donate items, Denise.
Yep.
But
Yes, they also can. We really want you to donate items to our bags. Actually, we actually also additionally, because I think we're down to like, I don't know how I got an odd number, but anyway, those what do you call it again? The flat. What do you call the backpacks, April? What do you call those things again? Little kid,
the
the flat
drawstring
backpack. Drawstring bags. Drawstring bags. We'd love to receive drawstring bags. We are packing them with everything we could possibly pack them with. everything from we're having like a breakfast, lunch, and dinner type situation. So cereals, spaghetti. We're looking for water, juices, snacks, things like that. But also a loving gift, like things like socks. Girls love the little socks. They love the lip gloss. They love the hand sanitizer, lotion, things like that. We just want to keep them going during the break, but we also want to be able to just also uplift them and have them ready to go for this. I'm ready to go for this upcoming holiday holiday season. Okay, so but that's
That's
pretty much what we
good. Make sure all the items are pop tops. Remember, we
yes
don't want to give the kids something that they need a can opener to open with. And a lot of families that are, reside in hotels and, are in between homes, they need items that are pop tops, meaning that they
correct.
can pull it back versus the need of a can opener. So please be conscious of that when you are making those donations, especially to our girl bags for the while they're off. And yeah, and we appreciate it with all our heart. Trust me, nothing goes wasted ever, ever, ever,
Ev-
ever.
That's it. So that's all we have for you this evening. Is there anything else you wanted to add, April?
That's it. Make sure y'all, we won't talk to you all until after Thanksgiving. So the key thing is don't eat too much. Some of us, y'all got that status of diabetical cholesterol in.
Cholesterol. Cholesterol.
And,
Listen,
um,
and since insurance going up, y'all might want to take care of yourself because the insurance price is going through the roof. So I would suggest that you eat healthy and take care of yourself even when you want to gorge. Okay, maybe get a walk or two around the block, before and after you eat.
but
Okay,
make sure you're doing some walking during the break. Just don't lay around. Teachers, get up.
that's right.
We want to wind down. We know that you're gonna wind down while you're off, but get
Or
up and
not.
do a walk or two around the block. It won't hurt you. It won't hurt you.
Correct. Correct. Oh, April, slide the turkey through. We got that fryer going, girl.
I wasn't missing that. I wasn't missing that.
Go ahead, that fryer. We frying up some turkey. Yeah.
I ain't never had nothing like it before in my life, and I've had some fried turkeys. But when I tell you over there in that house where she resides,
That's
there's a
right.
person that loves her dearly that extended the love by cooking that turkey so good.
Ooh, let me tell you something. He
Go
all
back.
excited
He
too.
don't
But
get
like,
to say
ooh, I
no.
can't wait.
He don't even get to say no. It's just gonna be sitting on the porch.
Right.
Two. One for them, one for me. Right there at the front door.
Oh, we so excited. We don't know what to do with ourselves. Well, we ready. Turkey time. Anyway, that's all we have. That's all we have for this evening, everybody. We thank you all for joining us. Feel free again to join our coalition. Feel free to reach out to us and be looking for those guest speakers. We just want to keep uplifting the community and engage us in conversation. We're here. We want to listen to you. You talk to us. We will talk right on back to you. That's it. Have a lovely evening.
You too. Bye.
Bye.